What up, everyone? My name is Terrence Matthews. Welcome to the show, Bell Talk, where we talk all things professional wrestling. Got a really good show for you on today. I want to get into this past episode of Raw that happened a couple days ago. Something really, in particular stood out to me concerning Pure Fusion Collective with a focal point on Zoey Stark, which I think Zoey is well overdue for having her moment. Pure Fusion Collective, Sonya, Zoey, as well as Shayna had a match against who was it? Io Sky and Dakota Kai. Really good match. Started out very hot. But something in particular happened in the middle of the match that at the end of the match that I want to get into. First of all, did y'all see that missile drop kick that Zoey did once she made the blind tag to Shayna, coming off that springboarding off that rope and nailing Dakota Kai dead in the chest?
Champion at NXT with Io Sky, her opponent here tonight. Tag made by Zoey.
Yes, she was. That was a rookie Zoey Stark.
Zoey like a
God,
missile.
that was amazing.
Which, in my opinion, I was hoping that would have been a surprise finisher, but it wasn't. And even Wade Barrett had called it. She could have pinned her right then and there, and pretty much the match could have been over with. I mean, it was such a special move, so unexpected, but it really showcases her talent in the ring. I don't know if you guys really know who Zoey Starks is, but Zoey Starks, she is it. She has it. Of course, a few years ago, back in 2003, she made her Raw debut against Nikki Cross, making her her Raw main roster debut against Nikki Cross, and then they put her in a match where she got the assistant win to Becky Lynch by Trish Stratus. Yeah, Trish had assisted her with that victory. And then they aligned her with Trish Stratus, pretty much moving forward for the next several months. And you would have thought, even though this was up under the old regime, that they had big plans for her. And they kind of cooled her off. But in that with Trish pretty much being her mouthpiece, so to speak, her valet, and she was a valet for Trish at times also. You would have think having the rub of a Hall of Famer would have pretty much pushed her to the moon. They did have a match going into, I believe it was the Elimination Chamber. It was the Elimination Chamber match. Her and Trish had a match where she pretty much turned on Trish and pretty much laid Trish out, and you would have thought that she would have been off and running, but that's pretty much not, what happened. For whatever reason, since her debut up until present, they really haven't figured out exactly what to do with her, and I don't understand why. It could be because they don't think that she's a good enough talker. Usually, if WWE, if you're athletic and you kind of suffer when it comes to promos, they sometimes don't necessarily know exactly what to do with you because, according to them, the moneymaker is in the promo. The moneymaker is having having the fans to have a invested emotional connection with the performer in the ring. And usually that does happen through promos. So, in my opinion, she's good enough. She's not excellent on the mic. I mean, let's be honest. She's not excellent, but it's not like she's a pushover either. She can hold her on. And with if you give anyone time, what comes with time? What comes with time is that person eventually, if they keep practicing their craft, if they keep doing it over and over again, they will get better at it. And unfortunately, I don't know if you guys follow her on her Instagram, but her on Instagram is really funny. She gets really good fan interaction. She's always doing something when it comes to Shayna Baszler. You know, kind of being that Nat or that little sister to Baszler or what have you. And they have really, really good chemistry. But Shayna is just missing something. But my God, Zoey has it. The only thing that she needs to work on is her promos. And that's it. So the match, you know, once they did the missile drop kick, and I'll just kind of fast forward to to what I really want to focus on is the finish. When the finish came around, it was Io Sky and and Shayna. It was Io Sky and Shayna that was left in the ring, and of course, Io Sky ends up getting the victory over Shayna. Now, if you go back and you look at that, you really need to pay attention to the facial expressions when it comes to Zoey, especially when all three of them is at the entranceway going back down the main ramp. If you look at Zoey, and if you look at her leading up to where she went over there, where the other girls were at, and she got in the middle of them, you could tell that she was not happy, and she's getting fed up when it comes to losing. She's really getting fed up when it comes to losing. And if anyone know the history when it comes to particularly her and Sonya, when Zoey made her debut, she made her Raw debut by entering the Royal Rumble, and she entered the match at number 13. And she lasted 26 minutes and 34 seconds with no eliminations, but it was a pretty good outing for her, even though she had no eliminations. But the person that eliminated her, was she was standing to the right of, it was Sonya Deville. And I hope that they are setting something up that will get Zoey away from this group. Because honestly, like I said, I don't know what to do with Shayna. I really don't. You know, they haven't booked her in the right way. It seems like they don't know what to do with them. It seems like they may not even know what to do with all three of them. But the one that is ready to break out from the group, if they do it right, it is Zoey. The time is now for Zoey. Zoey, even in that match, and Wade Barrett alluded to this also, it seemed like that could have been her coming out party for as, you know, showcasing her in-ring talent and pretty much saying, you know what, I am this good. It's time for me to show exactly what I could do, because the girl has a plethora of different moves. I mean, she can work the ground and pound. She can do the high flying. She could even mix it up when it comes to the lucha style of wrestling. I mean, she's very, very well versed when it comes to wrestling. I've been following her now for since her NXT days. You know, when she was over in NXT right before she tore her knee, and right after she tore her knee and she came back. I mean, the girl is phenomenal. And even when she was in NXT, you would have thought that they had her on the pathway to becoming the NXT Women's Champion before she got called up to the main roster. Now, she did go after the NXT Women's Championships with Nikita Lyons, but they failed to capture it. And I believe it was Kaden Carter and Chance that they was going after, and they failed to beat them. And after that, she got, you know, pretty much called up to the main roster. And again, you know, when she got called up, it was up under the old regime when it comes to WWE. It was under, you know, the Vince McMahon days, when he was pretty much in charge of booking and, you know, pretty much was the first all and be all and end all when it comes to every decision that was pretty much made there. And now that Triple H pretty much is in control, you know, if you really look at it, pay attention to what's going on in WWE right now, all of Triple H's kids, so to say, pretty much has a belt. and they all from NXT. So the new generation is pretty much here. And Zoey is a part of that. Zoey's a part of that. So I hope, again, with the storyline, that they are getting ready to fast track her and get her away from these two ladies. You know, have her and Sonya pretty much feud, and let that be the launching point of her solo career going into the Royal Rumble. Because again, she's money. The girl is money. The girl is talented. Her skill set is just diverse. So again, I hope that they do right by her and they're getting ready to do something really, really special with Zoey. Because again, she's ready for it.